What is going on, guys? It is a Friday night in Central Florida. I'm meteorologist Jonathan Kegges back with you. News 6 Weather live at 9:30. We are coming at you live on News 6 Plus and on the News 6 YouTube page. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule on a Friday night for being here this evening. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Post in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on News 6 Plus, I know a lot of times people dial up YouTube and on their phone so you can get into the comments that way. Or if you just received this push alert, there is a comment section in that news article that you open up, and you can put your comment in there. We can pull that over as well and have the weather conversation. That's why this show is here, and that's why this show is so awesome, because we just get time to shoot the breeze and talk about the weather. So thank you again for being here tonight. In terms of what we're going to be talking about this evening, the opportunity for some strong storms possible on Sunday. Now, I don't think the coverage of the storms are all that high on Sunday. So I think a lot of us are going to be dry this weekend. The opportunity for a few storms are going to be there. And if they get going, it's still a big if. Um, they have the opportunity to get a little rowdy. Again, that's not going to be on a widespread scale. I'm not talking about a severe weather outbreak by any means, but there could be some isolated damaging wind gusts involved in some of these storms. I'll show you the higher resolution future radar coming up in just 1 second. Then we'll get on to the tropics. Again, it's still hurricane season, so we always have a section to talk about the tropics and what's going on out there, and it is a whole lot of nothing. The countdown is on until the very end officially, but the season is basically over. It's certainly over for the United States. That's for sure. And then if there's time at the end, which there should be, comments and questions, of course. So again, thank you so much for being here. The cold air, it's on the board, guys. There it is, northwest of the Twin Cities, where you see that light blue moving through parts of North Dakota and Minnesota. That is where the chill is. It's even colder than that in Sioux Falls. It's like in the 20s right now. Toward International Falls, toward North Dakota right now. That is kind of it's just creeping in over the Canadian border, coming into the United States, and that is going to be sinking to the south over the next several days, and then blasting into Florida as we get into Sunday night, Monday morning, gradually through the day on Monday, and then all of that chill is going to be settling in by the time you wake up on Tuesday morning. It is going to be quite cold when you wake up on Tuesday. We've talked about that now for about 10 days. Everything continues to line up with the chill settling in on Tuesday. In terms of the kind of transition between the moist and humid air mass of Saturday and Sunday to the cooler, colder, dry air mass. We talked about having the chapstick ready. It is going to be a very, very dry air mass. I'll show you that in just 1 second. You might imagine things could get a little rowdy. The severe weather threat is not that high. The Storm Prediction Center officially has us in what they call a marginal risk. It's meaning that we have some ingredients there. It's just like making a cake. But if you don't have all the ingredients, the cake doesn't taste all that great. Same deal for severe weather. There are a few things we could be getting these on a marginally severe scale, meaning that we could have wind gusts close to 60 miles an hour in the storms, and then maybe some teeny tiny hail. It's not the greatest threat, okay? It's not zero, but it's not sky high. It's something I'm going to be tracking through the day on Sunday as we watch this front come through. So there is the best opportunity, and again, best is a relative term here, from about Ocala down the Florida Turnpike and then east of Orlando up and down the I-95 corridor in that green shaded color. So that's what we're talking about for that main risk for a few strong thunderstorms on Sunday as that front comes through. The front itself means business in terms of the colder air that's coming. So there are the few thunderstorms that we'll see on Saturday. Again, rain chances in Central Florida as a whole are only 20%. I think most of us are going to be dry. This is 8 o'clock on Saturday night, and you see the few scattered downpours, especially south and east of I-4, also down closer to Lake Okeechobee, west of West Palm, Port St. Lucie, a couple of thunderstorms trying to bubble up way out ahead of the front. Then as we move into Sunday, here's what I have for you. Again, a few scattered thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast. There's 11 o'clock on your Sunday morning, stray downpour possible. And then as we take this out into the afternoon, that's when we could see a few strong thunderstorms try to pop. So right there, pretty much along and southeast of I-4, and then right up and down the I-95 corridor. It is not that big of a deal at all. Again, could we get a stray thunderstorm to produce an isolated damaging wind gust? Yes. It's not going to be that widespread. Again, there are going to be a few storms out there. Melissa, you do not have to ask if you want to ask a question. Please just ask it, and I'll do my best. I'll do my best to get to it. So just fire away. That's what the show's here for. There's 4 o'clock on Sunday. A few strong thunderstorms again. Just a couple out there. There is nothing gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be too wild. Look at the change in air mass, though. It is right there. We're going from dew point temperatures to right around 70. I mean, that is a humid air mass. We're talking again for perspective in the middle of the summer. Dew point temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. So we're not going to be near that point, but take today, add a little bit of extra humidity to the mix, and then that front comes through. Dew point temperatures when they are in the teens and 20s, that is a super dry air mass. This is extremely rare for Florida and extremely rare for even more rare to have this kind of air mass in the state of Florida in November. So all of this is crazy. And it's just wild that we're seeing this in November. So maybe Love Goodlaw asks, how long will the colder temps last? Going to get to that in just 1 second. In terms of the temperature drop, look at this. This is the feels like forecast. So this is the heat index on the warm side and then the wind chill on the cold side. We're talking about a near 50-degree drop in how it feels outside. So when you step outside on Sunday afternoon and when you step outside during the day on Tuesday, during the morning on Tuesday, because the wind is going to be whipping as a result of the crazy cold air, or as a result of that cold front sliding through. So I wanted to show you that graph because it's a mind-blowing graph there, and about 50-degree temperature drop, 51 to be exact, in 50 hours, and all of the above. So crazy drop. The front means business. Hey Susan, hope you're doing well. I have the Florida temperature coming up next for the state of Florida, so stick around just 1 second. This is what it's like in Central Florida on Tuesday morning. This is the model forecast. The model continues to drop the temperatures. It's suggesting that there's a possibility for the upper 30s in Orlando. Zachary just right on the cue here, right on the money. He said, is this going to break a record? If we hit 39 in Orlando, that is the current record. Right now, I have forecast 43 for Tuesday morning. It's hard for the temperature to drop in Orlando. It has the urban heat island effect, as we call it, because all the pavement and stuff like that. But if we hit 39, that would tie a record set back in 1990 or 1932. Sanford has a shot. Ocala has a shot. So there are a select few cities that could break a record in the state of Florida. We are at a near record level air mass here moving in for early November. So this is what we're talking about for Tuesday morning. So asked about Boca. So in the West Palm, Boca, Miami area, temperature is going to get down into the upper 40s and lower 50s. So it is going to be really, really cold, even for us in Southeast Florida, and all that stuff. Okay, Melissa, first and foremost, you should tell her to delete the Fox 35 app and download the new 6 Weather app. Second of all, a 15% and 20% shot is not that different. What they are using, that just goes to show they're using a computer and we are using a human forecaster. So there you go. I mean, 15, 20%, it's not that big of a change. But get her to download the new 6 Weather app. You can do this. It's much more accurate. We have way cooler stuff on the app than the other people. So really chilly in Southeast Florida. This is iguana falling out of the tree weather that is coming in on Tuesday morning. these are going to be the high temperature, or these are the wind chills, I should say, coming up. So it is going to be breezy out there too. So this is what it's going to feel like. So 32 degrees with the wind factored in Orlando, 20s from Jacksonville to Tallahassee, Pensacola, 31 is the wind chill. It's crazy how cold this is going to be on Tuesday. High temperatures on Tuesday. And I mean, everybody in the blue, as you might imagine. Again, this chill gets down to 72 in Miami. 67 in Vero Beach, 63 in Tampa, 57 in Jacksonville, 58 in Tallahassee on Tuesday. Way, way, way below normal. Susan says, live most of my life in D.C., many chilly nights and white stuff on the ground. I miss winter too. I'm from Pittsburgh originally. And I miss that kind of really, really fresh. I had that really fresh, that when it just kind of, you can smell the cold stuff. No, Mimi Love Good Luck. My Radar is a separate company. That's a private weather company. Our weather app is called the New 6 weather app. So My Radar is their own thing. They're like AccuWeather, WeatherBug. They're their own private weather company. So that's not ours. They do different stuff. So you can just, if you search WKMG, then it comes up in the App Store or New 6 Weather. For sure. All right. Oh my gosh, I blew past my first break. We're having so much fun talking. It's 9:42. I have to get my first break in. Coming back, we'll talk about the cold. We'll talk about the tropics, all that stuff. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight on a Friday night. Really appreciate you tuning in. I'll be back in just 3 minutes. Alrighty, guys, we are back on a Friday night. We have the cold coming through. I want to show you this too. We just looked at the forecast for the state of Florida. This is what it is relative to normal. So we're talking about air temperatures about 15 to 20 degrees below normal for afternoon highs on Tuesday. Just wild stuff again for the month of November, for the part of the year that we're in. Of course, we're not immune to these big cold snaps. But more often than not, we're getting them at the end of December or January, the coldest time of the year, climatologically speaking. This is a crazy cold air mass. If we get there, or if this was January, I mean, we'd be talking about maybe teens. It's just we're not there yet. But that's kind of the level that we're talking about when it comes to this blast of cold air. So it is a darn good thing it's not coming in January, or else we would have some really big problems in terms of the chill coming through. It's going to be warm this weekend, though. Highs in the mid to upper 80s, near record warmth on Saturday in the Central Florida area. Crazy turn of events. There's Sunday. Again, Sunday is going to be warm too, mid to upper 80s in the state of Florida. And then that cold front slices through again. Showed this before. This is the actual air temperature change, and about a 40-degree drop, 43 to be exact, from Sunday afternoon at peak heating to the time you step out the door. And again, with the wind factored in, wind chills are going to be in the mid-30s. It's going to be a blustery morning. It is going to be wild. Okay, so I blew past my first break, so I have to get another break in really quick. I will post the link to our weather app in the chat in just 1 second for this break, and then we're going to talk a little bit of tropics on the other side of the break. Nothing out there, and there's really not a lot of guidance suggesting that we get anything. There's a little try to flare up that's out there in the Western Caribbean. It's nothing for us. I doubt anything develops, but we're going to get there in all that stuff coming up in just about 3 minutes. Alrighty, guys. Hey, I saw Jennifer is on the chat. I wanted to show the state forecast again for northern Florida, Jacksonville. This is the model temperature, and I want to. It's the blend of models, so I like to show this one because it kind of blends all the models together, so it kind of averages out a little bit. I am a procrastinator for sure when it comes to that stuff. This continues to trend down, so it's just crazy how cold it is going to get come Tuesday, really Monday night into Tuesday. I mean, North Florida's going to feel it first. There it is. That's the wind chill on Tuesday morning. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. I mean, it's going to be breezy as well. So just some crazy stuff. I have about 3 minutes left. Just wanted to talk a little tropics real quick. There it is. The countdown is on. 23 days. The season's over. But officially 23 days to go until November 30th, which is the official end. No new development expected over the next 7 days. Yep, you select pinpoint weather from that list. We'll have to have the graphics team update that if it still says pinpoint weather. But I clicked on it, and if you click on that one, it'll bring up the proper stuff. It'll say new 6 weather on it, I believe. When I clicked on it before. So yeah, as long as it has our logo on there and says new 6 weather at any point, or you can just search in your app store WKMG, and then the new 6 weather icon's going to be there as well. No new development expected over the next 7 days. I want to show you real quick before I go, and as we head into the weekend, all of that kind of shenanigans stuff coming through. Let me see here. There it is. That is the European ensemble. Few members online down there, buried into Central America. Nothing too crazy. GFS, the members continue to fall out of love with anything down there. And then the superior Google AI, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Alrighty, guys. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you like the warmth, enjoy it. If you like the chill, I know some people in the chat said they were getting ready to bust out the electric blankets. It's that kind of cold. And if you like it, enjoy it. It's only going to last a couple days. We're going to get back into the mid 70s by the end of the upcoming work week. But if you like the stuff, the see your breath kind of cold, it's coming Monday night through about Thursday morning. Alrighty, guys. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Enjoy the chill. See you later.